Mutations were available in the game for a limited time for the Godzilla x Brawl Stars collab, and some of them were insanely overpowered. Some were just straight up bad. Last time I revisited some of Brawl Stars' worst mutations, I figured let's go back and revisit some of the best mutations. If you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. Before I start, I want to mention that I made a little oopsie by putting El Primo's and Frank's mutations on the list. I ended up discovering that, besides the supers being faster for El Primo, they also have more health and an increased supercharge rate. Additionally, Frank had faster movement speed and health, making these mutations much better and stronger. With everything clarified, let's just get right into this. I'm sure you all expected these two mutations to be on the list, so I'm just going to get it out of the way here first. Rico's and Ruff's mutations both do almost the same thing with some small differences. Rico's main attack projectile bounces longer, and Ruff's has a third projectile added for his main attack, which also bounces longer. These two mutations dominated during the event. They were so overpowered that Brawl Stars needed to nerf them to keep them in control. Having one of these mutations allows you to easily get monster eggs in Godzilla City Smash. I consider them one of the best mutations ever added. Let's talk about Stu's mutation. You pretty much had infinite supers. That was insanely overpowered. You could easily traverse the map, not as fast as Carl's mutations, but it was infinitely. You could easily escape a sticky situation. If you paired this with his second star power, Gasso Heal, it makes him invincible with how much heal you could have got. Because it was so overpowered, Brawl Stars nerfed the healing by 50% from the second star power to keep this mutation in check. Even with the nerf, it still thrived, being one of the best mutations. Let's talk about Hank's mutations. He shoots torpedoes when attacked. This was very good. Not as good as the other mutations mentioned before, but still good. Assassins were immediately obliterated out of existence. And if you had a brawler that shot a lot of projectiles like Pam, Hank would have spawned a lot of torpedoes. For once, Hank was good thanks to his mutation, but it was temporary. Let's talk about Pam's and Max's mutation. Both did the same thing. Infinite ammo. You could literally spawn auto-aim the entire match. This was broken, but insanely fun to play with them. I hope nobody used Max's second star power run and gun because it was completely useless with her mutation. Let's talk about Bo's mutation. He could have had infinite mines on the map. This is totally broken. It was so good on defense you could have an entire landmine and you couldn't avoid them with how many there are. Plus, his second star power, Snare a Bear, it stunned the enemy, making them easy targets. I remember doing that Godzilla City Smash, making a hell for my enemies. Let's talk about Melody's mutation. The mutation gave Melody 5 musical notes at the same time. Also, the notes lasted longer. It doesn't sound overpowered, that's right, but what makes this so good is Melody herself. Melody at that time was insanely broken, and if you give her a decent mutation, that's an insane combination, making her even stronger than she used to be. Let's talk about Meg's mutation. Meg, in Mecha form, it shot more projectiles, and in normal form, she shot an additional projectile. This is pretty much Meg's rework before the rework. And you know how strong she was, and it still is. And this mutation made her a monster. Let's talk about Colt's mutation. It had more range and could destroy the environment. Any map could just make it a good map for him, even though normally he would struggle on it. Also, the range was so long, longer than Mandy's range standing still. That's wild to think about. This was an insane mutation for Colt. Let's talk about Spike's mutation. More spikes came out of his main attack. Pretty much if you used his second star power, Curveball, it made it impossible to dodge. It's insane to think about it. This mutation is overpowered. Let's talk about Carl's mutation. You can literally traverse the entire map in seconds with his mutation because it makes his super go insanely fast. This mobility is insane, and he is also the fastest brawler in the entire game, and it is not even close. Just look at the gameplay, and you are going to understand how good it is. So yeah, guys, that is my kind of revisitation of some of Brawl Stars' best mutations of all time. Let me know in the comments section if there are any that I missed that you felt should have been on this list. Be sure to comment them down below. I love reading your guys' comments. Also, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.